गाइस अब सब लोग वीडियोस ऑन कर लो, कीप अ स्माइल ऑन योर फेस और लिंक सर्कुलेट कर दो।
Farhan, kindly please mute yourself. Could you please mute yourself?
Guys, we will be starting in 5 minutes. Till then, call your friends to join fast. Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to every one of you. This is Shruti Anand, currently pursuing BCom Honours from Hansraj College, second year. Greetings from Neenv, the Human Resource Development Cell. We are delighted to present you Adhyayan 3.0. Adhyayan in Sanskrit means study or learning, and that's what exactly we are here for, to learn and grow together. We believe that education does not stop in the classroom. It extends to the real world skill and experiences. This program is more than just an event, it's a comprehensive career enrichment and personality development traineeship designed to empower your college entrance, facilitating a seamless transition from academic to the corporate world. Starting on the 7th of September, the Student Initiative is a dynamic blend of extensive sessions, immersive hand on training, and skill enhancing activities. Our goal is to equip you with the tools and knowledge necessary to stand out and thrive in your professional journey.
At the core of Adhyayan 3.0 lies a commitment to your growth and development. Each session and activity is carefully crafted to serve as a stepping stone towards a brighter and a more successful future. Over these 2 days, we'll deal with practical topics such as internship, CV building, and mastering personal interview and group discussion. But the program doesn't stop there. We have an array of exciting sessions lined up to unlock your potential and prepare you to navigate the corporate landscape with confidence. We extend a heartfelt gratitude to the dedicated team that has worked tirelessly to bring Adhyayan 3.0 to life. Their commitment to our collective growth is really commendable. Now, without any further delay, let's kick off this remarkable journey.
Let's start something essential. Seed building. This is your first potential employers. To make it a standard, we have some fantastic with process. I think there is some network issue at Nisha's end, so I would like to take this up. So let's start with something essential, that is CV building. Your CV is your first impression on potential employers, so it's crucial to make it stand out. We have got some fantastic insights to share with you. Gungun, Shruti, and Deepika will guide you through this extremely important process. Over to you guys.
Greetings, one and all present here. Before I actually begin with this session, I would request you all to please switch on your videos and be super interactive. In case you have any queries, please feel free to drop them in the queries channel side by side, which we shall take up at the end of the session. Just make sure you don't hold back yourself at any point if you don't understand anything, because the only aim here is to prepare yourself with the right aid kit for college. So buckle up, folks. Today, we'll cover the following topics. What is a CV? The purpose of building a CV? Types of CV? And the most frequently asked question, what is the difference between a CV and a resume? Then the various sections of a CV, tips to create an effective CV, do's and don'ts while making a CV, and how to make your CV look good, that is formatting tips. Beginning with it, I would like to ask you one question. Do you know what's the full form of a CV? Anyone? Okay, let me tell you. It's curriculum vitae. So, beginning with it, it goes like, have you heard of the saying, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life? Well, it's pretty relevant to the immediate choices that you will be required to make in terms of your career. However, what we'll talk about and train you on today is something that will be the most helpful tool for everyone present here, irrespective of what career you choose. Now, what is a CV? A CV is short for the Latin phrase curriculum vitae, meaning course of life. It is a detailed document highlighting your professional and academic history. In simple words, it is a single piece of paper that gives the recruiters an insight into what your professional life has all been, as well as your relevant personal details. CVs typically include information like work experience, achievements, awards, scholarships, grants, coursework, and much more. A CV is typically 2 or 3 pages long, but it is not unusual for it to be much longer for a mid-level or a senior job applicant, as it serves as a full outline of one's career accomplishments. Now you might be thinking, why should I learn about a CV? That too at this very stage. Your immediate choices which you make while applying a job are different, but right now you need a CV too. For this, you must be familiar with two main reasons. First of all, to focus on all the different sections of a CV when you start with your college, so that you can carefully build it by the time you actually apply for a job. The second one is, it is required in college as well. Not for applying for jobs, of course, but for various other things like getting into a college society or applying for an internship or a volunteering opportunity. All of which is nothing but the ultimate preparation of you as a perfect candidate for whatever job you apply. Now, with this, Deepika will take over.
Now, when you know what a CV is, the next question which will come into your mind is, what is the purpose of a CV? So, to understand that, I would like you to tell me what is the importance of the first impression. Or you all must have heard of a famous saying on first impression. What is it? It is first impression on somebody is your last impression on them. So the CV is your first impression on the recruiters, and it will decide whether you will be called in for an interview or not. Since it is a short descriptive account of your work experience, education, qualifications, achievements, and special skills, the main purpose is to get you an interview. It is often the first item a potential employer sees about you and therefore is very important. In addition, a resume may be requested by a scholarship committee or be part of your admission application for graduate or professional school. So, before moving ahead to what a CV is used for, let's first eliminate the places where it is not required. So, I want you all to be very active in the chat box and type yes or no. So, tell me, what do you guys think? Do we really need a CV to network with others? Okay, we will check the answer later. For corporate competitions, okay. Along with job and scholarship application, what do you guys think? Very good. While applying for internships, okay. To apply for professional school or high school, okay, many of you are right. And with grants and fund applications, okay, let's check whether you are right or wrong. So, to network with others, we do not need a CV. For corporate competitions also, it only relies on your skills, and for high school admission also. Other than that, for anything else, we need a CV, like to seek higher level research positions along with job, scholarship and internship application, to apply for professional school, and with grants and funds application. Now, I would like Gungun to explain you further the various types of CV.
Types of CV. Organizing your CV might seem like an easy task, but if you don't know the different CV types you have around, you could be selling yourself short. There is no one size fits all CV. Each candidate and every application needs a customized approach. Moreover, the type of CV format and layout you choose can have a huge impact on how an employer views their application. Now, what are the types of CV? There are three common CV types that will fit most industries: functional, that is skill based CV, chronological CV, and combined CV. Functional CV, that is skill based CV. A functional or skill based CV puts the focus on your skills and achievements rather than your work history. It is the best type of CV if you're looking to change your career and don't have prior experience in the job responsibilities. A functional CV will put your valuable transferable skills at the forefront. This means employers can focus on what makes you a good fit for the role, not what you're lacking. Now, how to structure a functional CV? It starts with personal profile that highlights the qualities that you possess. You can include any skills or experience gained in voluntary or unpaid work.
To conclude the CV, you should list your employers with employment dates as well as sections on your qualifications. The final section should focus on any other relevant information like hobbies or interest. Now, chronological CV. Typically, chronological CVs include a personal statement with career objectives, followed by employment history in reverse chronological order. They are popular with employers because they can see your career progression. Now, how to structure a chronological CV? A chronological CV typically uses the following structure: personal details, that is, name and contact details, career history in reverse chronological order, unless you're a graduate or you have a very little work experience, in which case it is best to start with your education and qualifications. Now, it also includes professional memberships, other information, and interest. Now, combined CV. It is a mixture of both the features of functional and chronological CVs and can be the best of both worlds, but only if it's handled with care. If you're struggling to pull together skills and achievement from previous roles, combined type of CVs are likely to do more harm than good. Now, let's play an activity where you have to choose which type of CV should you use according to situation. Please type the answer in chat box. Meera left her job back in 2018 and is now looking for a job. She has 3-year gap in her work experience. Which CV should she use? Functional or chronological? Yes, guys, you're right. In this case, functional CV should she choose because there's a 3-year age gap. That's why chronological CV would not be the right choice in this case. Now, moving ahead to next question. Sam has exceptional skills, but all of a sudden he got the urge to change his job. Which CV should she use? Combined or functional? Yes, guys, in this case, combined CV is the right choice. Now, Gopal wants to change his job, wants one in the same sector. Which CV should he use? Chronological or combined? Very good, guys. In this case, chronological is the right choice. Now, Shruti will explain.
So guys, now we'll discuss the most frequently asked question: what is the difference between a CV and resume? You might have heard about both of them, but there is a very thin line of difference between the two. A resume is a 1 to 2 page document presenting key facts about your professional experience, educational background, and skills, whereas a CV, that is a curriculum vitae, is a longer document that details the whole course of your career. A resume is used for job search, while a CV for academic purposes. In contrast to a resume, a CV presents an in-depth history of one's professional and academic credentials and accomplishments. Now we'll discuss the difference between the two in a tabular form. Resume. Resume emphasizes on your skills. It is used when applying for a position in an industry, whether non-profit or a public sector. It is no longer than 2 pages, with an additional page for publications, posters, presentations, if there is a need for the same. After 1 year of industry experience, your resume should lead with work experience. Place the education section at or near the end, depending upon the qualifications. Then comes CV. CV emphasizes on the academic accomplishments. It is used when applying for positions in academics, fellowships, or grants. Its length depends upon experience and includes a complete list of publications, posters, and presentations. One thing you need to keep in mind while building a CV, that is, it should always begin with education and can include the name of the advisor and the title or summary. Now, when you're applying for a job in different countries, you would either apply by using a resume or a CV. For example, if you're applying for a job in US or Canada, you need to write a resume. While for academic positions in North America, you need to write a CV. When applying for jobs in Europe or New Zealand, you will need to submit a document called CV, but it is very similar to the European CV, and in fact, it is identical to the American resume. In Australia and South Africa, CV and resume both refer to the short document which is equivalent to the US resume. While in South Asian countries, including India, CV and resume means the same thing as in America, but for job seeking, you will often need to submit a biodata. Now, we'll proceed to an interesting activity, and from here, Deepika will take over.
Well guys, let's play bingo. Tell me which among them defines a CV. Does the CV begins with education? Okay, so next, do a CV include that we are searching for a job? Okay, you guys are really smart. Are the details in depth? Yes, many of you are right. Does a CV always only of 2 pages? You are again right. It can be of 1 or 2 pages depending on the work experience. Does a CV end with education? Yes, because it begins with education. Do you apply in fellowships? Is it included? Yes, again right. Are the details crisp? No, the details are in depth, not crisp. Do you include your academics in the CV? Definitely yes. Does the length of a CV depends on your experience? Yes. Now, moving forward, I would like Gungun to explain the further points.
So, after enough rigorous discussion on the types of CV, let's have a look what an actual CV looks like and discuss its various sections. Start by asking yourself, what do I want the reader to think of me after reading my CV? So, the CV on your screen right now belongs to Arya Rena, who is a first-year student and wants to apply for an internship as he had finished her summer internship a year ago. We'll tell you in detail what a summer internship is in our next session. Let's see how she has framed this CV, but before looking into it, let me give you a brief about what sections it will be divided into. I would like to mention that these sections can vary according to the type and template of the CV, but we are discussing what will be the most suitable ones at your college level. These include contact and education, internships, academic projects, achievements, awards, positions of responsibility, that is PORs, extracurricular activities, and other information.
About contact section. First, name. It should be visible enough. Gender and age. They are useful for the recruiters to screen according to the gender ratio in their companies and the age eligibility of the job position. including gender and age in a CV, as Arya has illustrated with her example of mentioning that she is a female aged 19 can be advantageous. This information can be particularly beneficial for individuals like Arya who are either beginning their careers or re entering the workforce, as some recruiters specifically seek out women in these situations. You should also include email and contact number. Recruiters may give you a call and meanwhile view your CV. This makes these two sections inevitably important. Now, some tips on contact section. You should use a bigger font size for a name. Be concise. Make sure your contact number is current and reachable. Add-ons can include date of birth and LinkedIn profile. It is therefore advisable to maintain and optimize your LinkedIn profile.
Next comes the education section. Name of the degree. Use of correct abbreviations with the necessary capitalization of letters is important. Like in the CV of Ararena, you can see that for BCom honors, she has written only the letter H for honors, and that too capitalized. Similar to this is the abbreviation of other honor courses. Then comes year of completion and institution. The year of completion is to indicate gap years, and brand name institutions will of course serve as a plus point. You should also add your CGPA or percentage if it is worth it. All these points work as a plus point to your CV. Then comes some tips on education section. The most current schooling first. That is, represent your schooling in a chronological order. The latest one first. Always include only the diploma distinctions. Get the institution's name correct. Add GPA if it sells you. And then use abbreviations for a degree's name if they are popular enough, like DU, Delhi University.
About internship section, profile and organization. Your profile should come first, followed by the organization name. For example, Arya has mentioned content writing, that is a profile, and then the name of the organization, Pinkvilla. After mentioning the profile and organization, you should mention the roles and responsibilities. The bullets under these headers should cover your job roles as brief as way possible. Now, some tips on internship section. You should prioritize your role statement to emphasize your greatest attributes in minimum points. Add phrases that indicate the ability to get along, work under pressure, and meet deadlines. Mention LORs, that are letter of recommendation that is given by recruiters, and other accomplishment if you have received. Don't just list your duties, sell your skills. It is very important to understand the difference between what did you do over how many did you do. It is important to do quality internships over the quantity of internship. Try to include some internship from brand names. The skill should be in relevance to the company and role you're applying to.
Then comes one of the most important sections about academic projects. Include all the projects, be it paid, unpaid, extensive, or even regular volunteer work. They can become a great asset to your CV and will help to increase its value. For example, in Arya's CV, you can see that she has included an academic project in the banking sector. Not only this, she had also added a line which describes that academic project. Similarly, it's advisable to you as well to describe in some words about the academic project. Then comes some tips on academic projects. Give preference to recent ones as they help to show your recent activities. Include grant funds if you got any, or any fundraising if you had done. Always include those that you have worked with. This shows teamwork and other qualities. For example, if you had done any HR internship, that too under the assistance of the HR manager, it's advisable that you showcase the name of that person. If it's research related, include your lab and director investigation. And at last, briefly describe about the same.
About academic awards and achievements. State all those which could attract the eyes of the recruiter and are academics related only. The primary purpose of CV is to sell yourself, so including academic awards and achievements is always a plus point. As Arya has mentioned, emerged as a CBSE class 12 topper with an aggregate of 100 marks. This shows her credibility and reflects her strengths. Now, some tips on academic awards and achievements. List more recent ones. That means you should mention the latest ones first. The flow should be award title and then followed by the date on which you got it. Go back till class 10th or 9th only. Don't go beyond that as it will be considered irrelevant. Only include professional and academic ones. Including anything other than that will make your CV look unprofessional. Include your scholarship count also. Now, our position of responsibilities, PORs. First comes designation. Make sure that you do mention a designation along with the name of organization you had it in. For example, Arya has mentioned organizing head. That is a designation. And then she has mentioned the name of the organization, Neenv, the HRD cell. You should then mention roles and responsibilities. The bullets under these headers should cover your role in as brief as way possible. Remember not to overflow your CV with these bullets. Now, some tips on position of responsibilities. Well, again, we come to the point that always list more recent ones first. State your roles and responsibilities in a clear and concise manner. Do not use any difficult vocabulary. Go only till class 10th or 9th, not beyond that. State the tenure served clearly. And lastly, add keywords while stating designation, roles, and responsibilities.
Then it's about the extracurricular activities and achievements. Well, the first question that comes in mind is that what all to include? So here's your answer. Include foreign languages if learned any, sports if played in a school at a good level, volunteering, be it paid or unpaid, relevant hobbies, music, drama, theatre, and much more. Well, now we'll talk about some tips on the same. We have listened about this phrase a lot, but here it is when it comes to action. That is, always focus on quality over quantity. Never add anything, just increase the length of your CV. Include relevant ones only. Don't clutter your CV making it an unprofessional one. Organize all the information well and evaluate the benefits of your participation. Review the section carefully. And the last section that comes to CV is about other information.
So, what to include in here? You can include any technical skills that you possess, such as Canva, Adobe Photoshop, Python. You should also include certification, be it of participation or a position, soft skill, and lastly, any other relevant skills. Now, moving ahead to do's and don'ts of a CV. Okay, let's see how much you have grasped till now. You have to type the answer in the chat box. Should you proofread and spell check your CV? Yes, you should proofread and spell check. If there are any spelling errors, then it will give negative impact to the recruiter. Should you use simple vocabulary? Yes, you should use simple vocabulary. Should you include any misleading information? Right, you should not include any misleading information. Should you use cliches? Yes, you should not include any cliches. Should you try to include too much in your CV? No, you should not try to include too much. Should you tailor your CV to the role? Yes, you guys are right. You should tailor your CV according to the role. Should you update your CV regularly? Yes, you should update. Should you include any irrelevant personal details? Yes, you should avoid including any irrelevant personal details. Now, Deepika will explain some tips.
Now, when you are preparing a CV, the main aim of your document is always the same: to make a positive impact on the reader and encourage them to hire you as an employee. Some of the techniques which one can use are: research the role thoroughly. So, one of the easiest ways of researching your role is to go through the job description, find out what the company is looking for, and then tailor your CV accordingly. Identify the skills and provide examples of how many times you have demonstrated them in your CV. Also, visit the company's website and perform a few internet searches to acquaint yourself with their culture and history. The next step is break up the text. So, when writing a CV, ease of reading should be one of the factors at the forefront of your mind. Recruiters often have hundreds of CV to read through on a daily basis. So do not cram your CV with big blocks of text. Using bullet points is a good way of separating big chunks of text and ensuring that you get your message across in a brief manner. The next important tips, which you already know, is avoid cliches. So cliches in your CV are a problem because they are boring, and as they are very common, the writing doesn't seem genuine. So when reviewing CVs, recruiters and hiring managers see these cliches countless times. So by using them, you're simply making it easier for your CV to move closer to the no pile. Hardworking, good communication skills, enthusiastic, experienced, fast learner, these are the things which need not to be included and mentioned separately. These to be understood from the content section of your CVs already. Also use more numbers and statistics. The way you use them in your CV will depend largely on the industry and role you are operating in. For example, if you are a sales manager, your sales manager CV should be geared towards demonstrating how you have increased sales. Another way of using number and stats is to include examples of deadlines you have successfully met. Whatever industry you are in, there is always scope to utilize number and stats to make a powerful impact on the recruiters. Now, do not include information such as marital status and unexplained gaps. There is no problem with these periods of unemployment. However, ensure these gaps are explained in a positive way. Do not lie, as the recruiter goes through many CVs and they have become accustomed to noticing the pieces of information that likely are not true. Do not use unprofessional email addresses. Do not give the reason of leaving your previous jobs, and do not be over enthusiastic. Also, include voluntary work. This can be a fantastic way of drawing attention to your skills, experience, and achievements. If your volunteer work is not relevant to the job you are applying for, it can still be beneficial to include it. The error of your ways. So employers do look for mistakes on CVs, and if they find them, it makes your CV look really bad. So if you're unsure, then use a spell checker and ask someone else to double check what you have written, because CV is a very important document for you. Now coming to the formatting of CV. So after knowing everything about a CV, what it is, how to build one, and so on, there is still a very important element of CV building without which your entire knowledge can be a waste, and that element is formatting. So you need to correctly format your CV after including your data under various sections. So before we discuss some of the tips to do the same, let's play a quick game to understand what I mean in a better way. So everybody be ready to answer in the chat box. Now you have to tell me this or that. The first one has everything in the capital letter and the second one has only the name in the capital letters. What do you guys think, this or that? Okay. Okay, many of you are right. Let's see. So almost everyone was right. Only the name should be in the capital letters and other information need not. Because of that, the capital letter do not mean anything if you're writing everything in that. The next question, this or that. The first one includes a picture. What do you think? Second, first, this, that. Okay, so this one was a tricky one. The answer is that, because a CV should not be containing any picture or icon unless it is asked by the recruiters. Next question. That, okay, that. Yeah, it was an easy one. The answer is that, because using crazy colors make the CV look very unprofessional. Now this one. Okay. Everyone is correct. The second one is the obvious answer, because as I already stated, not everything is to be written in the capital letters. Now, coming to the formatting tips, which you may have already understood from the game itself. The first is use professional fonts like Calibri and Arial, and not cursive fonts like Brush, Script, and others, because they are quite difficult to understand and are not professional. Do not include any picture, selfie, or icon unless asked. Do not handwrite your CV. So no matter how beautiful your handwriting is, CV should always be written digitally. Next, the font should be consistent to make the CV look elegant and decent. Do not use several fonts and crazy colors to catch the attention. This makes a bad impression of you to the recruiter. Use bold only to emphasize important points. Like in the Arya CV, the name was written in the bold letters, and the headings like the academics, other information, these type of things. Do not use all the capital letters. This is everybody know. And use bullet points, because the recruiter do not have so much time to go through your CV in a very detailed manner. So use bullet points.
Thank you so much for being the best trainees, and we hope you make the best out of it and inculcate some of the tips provided today whenever required to make a CV. Well, speaking of that, we thought it would be better if we evaluate your takeaway from this session before your knowledge becomes rusty. So, we'll be giving you the task of making your own CV with whatever you have accomplished till now. You do not have to worry, as we'll be providing you with a CV template and necessary instructions in the announcement channel. You can refer to that while going about it. Well, that's it from our end. Please feel free to unmute for asking your queries now if you have any, or type in the queries channel. We'll be happy to answer. Also, connect with us on our social media handles to keep yourself updated for other such initiatives.
Thank you, Gungun, Shruti, and Deepika, for such detailed insights. Now, such that you have made your CV, the first thing you'll use it to either get entry into a society or to bang an internship. Now, so our next topic is internship. People always seem to be dubious when it comes to the topic of corporate internship. Education and work are two different spheres. Corporate internships are the connecting bridge between these two. Our speakers for this session, Samriddhi, Muskan, and Nidish, will take you all for a deeper dive into the world of corporate internship. Over to you guys.
So, hello everyone, greetings to you all. So, here we are again with an amazing topic to cover. So, in today's session, we'll talk about internships. That is, what they are, about the different domains, and obviously where to find one. So, gear up you all and try to be as interactive as possible. Also, throughout the session, feel free to unmute yourself or post your queries in the chat box. Remember, guys, we are here to answer all your doubts. So, without any further ado, let's get started. So first, let's start with a very basic question. That is, what is an internship? So guys, any guesses? What is an internship? Guys, come on, try to be interactive. You can answer in your own words in the chat box. Okay, I'll take this up. An internship is a professional learning experience that offers meaningful work-related experience to a student's field of interest or of his career interest. So one internship gives a student the opportunity for career exploration and development and to learn new skills, which would obviously help us to fetch a good job. So the next question which comes is, what is a quality internship? So a quality internship could be any. It could be a paid internship, it could be an unpaid internship, it could be full-time, it could be part-time. But the important thing to keep in mind here is that it should not be more than 25% of the clerical or administrative duties. Secondly, it should provide us with a clear job description or the project description of the work experience. It should orient the student to the organization, its cultures, and its proposed work assignments. It should obviously enhance a student's academic career and personal development by helping them develop new valuable skills. It should be supervised either by a professional who is in the same field, and he or she should also provide us with regular feedback. So an quality internship could be any. It could be for any length of time. It could be for one academic term. That is, it could be a summer internship, a spring one, or a fall one. Or it could be for multiple academic terms in length. It should also be mutually agreed upon by the student, the supervisor, and the faculty members. That is, the terms are agreed upon by both the parties. So now that we have discussed what an internship is, what a quality one is, so the next question that comes to our mind is, why is an internship required? Why can't we just skip that part? So the first and the foremost reason is that internship provides us with a hand-on experience where the students can build their professional network. It also accumulates more knowledge than we get from academics. Now, by that, I do not mean that academics does not provide us with any knowledge, but the internship provides us with practical knowledge. It helps us develop new skills. It also helps us to develop a resume, which would be a great asset for us when we continue with our careers in the same stream. It also helps us learn about work-life balance or experience a work-life balance. Also, internships are a great opportunity for students who are unsure about their futures. It helps them to try different domains or different industries and find the most suitable one for themselves. So here
the
Muskan
type
will
of
take over.
internships. Okay, so type of internships. Let's have a quick look at the different type of internships. First one is paid internships. Paid internship exists primarily in the private sector or in large organizations that have the money to pay students to learn while they work. Given a choice of paid or unpaid internship, paid internships are definitely the internships of choice. And the second one is credit internship. Okay, so how many of you know about credit internship or for that matter credit? Before starting with this type, I would like to tell you very briefly what college credit means. A credit is a unit in which coursework is measured. Thus, if a subject has a 2 credit, it means that it requires 2 hours of teaching per week. Thus, earning a greater number of credit will result in a better score. This is where such an internship comes to play. College credit means the number of applied hours that are recognized for successful completion of a particular course of study. In simpler terms, they are ultimately a way of equalizing the time spent learning and studying for each college classes. So now come to the credit internship. Student looking to do an internship for credit usually need to have an academic sponsor overseas and set criteria for the internships. To meet the academic component of the internships, student may be required to complete a journal, essay, or representations during or immediately after the internship to illustrate the knowledge skills they learn over the semester. And the third one is none other than summer internships. Summer internships typically run for about 8 to 12 weeks long and can be a full or a part-time. This short-term experience provide a real insight into what is actually like working in a particular job or a career field. We will be cover this topic in detail today since it is the most common one of that student take up. And the fourth one is non-profit internships. Here the focus is more on providing services. Students tend to take up such internships since social service is always a plus on the series.
So next we have is various domain internships. Now we all know that there are various domains that one can choose from while applying for internship. So which further adds up the benefit of doing it. So let's read about them. So first is research and analysis. Now research involves a planning of design instrumentation, that is to compose a number of decisions that need to be made before one proceeds with the study. Research interns' duty could include like understanding the work process, sharing strategies and recommendation, studying current market trends, and gathering data information. So next in the row we have is graphic designing. The graphic design intern is responsible for providing support to the marketing department through a variety of channels, which could be print, digital web, and videos. They also help us in retouching the designs that have already been made and manipulating the images. Next we have is digital marketing. Digital marketing internship is focused on the digital branch of marketing. Since the internet and social media have become such strategic marketing channels, the need for digital marketing interns have significantly increased. It revolves around designing posters, posts for social media, and addressing customer queries. Next we have is finance. So this basically revolves around financial modeling. That is, to create an abstract presentation for a real world financial situation. So the some of the tasks which this internship could include are providing support for annual budgeting process and general accounting, also assisting with statistical analysis and other special projects. Sorry. Next we have is HR. HR's responsibility could include updating the employee records and new hire information, screening resumes, scheduling interviews, planning companies' events, orientations, and payroll management. Now, when I talk about entry and exit formalities, what I mean by it is hiring new employees and handling all the process when a person leaves the company. So, lastly, for this slide, we have our last domain is operations. So, the operation interns learn the management techniques on how to lead and supervise others. They should also possess skills like attention to detail, excellent verbal and written communication skills, and lastly, strong phone presence. So herein guys, we have a game for you. Basically, we have given a description of one of the domains and you have to identify the correct domain. So the first one is, this job requires you to handle social media, be it related to campaigns or public comments. Which one is it? Guys, come on. I can just see 2 responses. Right. So the answer for this is digital marketing. All of you were right. Next we have is, this job requires you to be organized. That is, you need to form action plans and work in the back end of the company. Which one is it? I can see many of you have written the HR as the option, but it's operations. The answer for this would be operations. So moving on.
Okay, so here we are with some more domains. So let's take a look at them. First one is content writing. The job of a content writer is to create prints and digital content for companies that provide information or showcase the products or services they offer. To develop content, content writers often research the material they need to write on. Next comes sales. Sales interns conduct research, make calls and send emails, update records, attend meetings, and help maintain client relationships, among other tasks. Furthermore, we have marketing and PR. Marketing internship is a temporary position within a company or organization where individuals, typically students or recent graduates, work to gain practical experience in the field of marketing. These internships are designed to provide hand-on exposure to various aspects of marketing and allow interns to apply their academic knowledge in a real-world setting. Intern may be tasked with a range of responsibilities from conducting market research and data analysis to assisting with the execution of marketing campaigns. Next comes public relations (PR) intern. Now their main duties are assisting with the planning of marketing events, writing media releases and newsletters, and updating social media pages. They also create media kits and client information packages. Generally, marketing and PR go hand in hand, but it totally depends upon the company needs. Next is business development. As the name suggests, the business developer is in charge of increasing his company's sales. His objective is to secure new contracts with existing clients or convince new clients. Next is social media management. A social media intern works alongside management to increase brand awareness through the usage of social media platforms. Social media in turn give creative insight into topics to be included in a brand editorial calendar and seek creative ways to spread the company's message or products. Well, our last domain is consulting. Consultants offer advice and expertise to organizations to help them improve their business performance in terms of operations, profitability, management structure, and strategy. The work stretches across a variety of areas, including management, strategy, IT, finance, marketing, HR, and supply chain management. So, here we are with the same game. Tell which one suits you the most. The first question is, this job requires you to have patience from cold calling to build up relation. It's an all-in-one job. Which one is it? Social media management, business development, or sales? Okay, so yes, the answer is sales. Moving on to the next question. The next question states this job requires you to be a quick thinker. That is, you have to be ready with your suggestion when a client requires your opinion. Which one is it? Yes, you are right. The answer is consulting.
So once you have the sound knowledge of the various domains, the next step is to build your CV according to the domain that you choose to apply in. However, you can apply in any domain without many skills in that, but then your selection would most or more dependently be dependent on your interview rather than your CV. So here basically we learn what all skills or what all we should acquire and include in our CV when applying in a specific domain. So guys, herein we have taken a more modern route than a traditional one. We are sort of incorporating it into a game. So herein we have given you a domain, and each table consists of 6 CV sections. Each table is devoted to tailoring your CV according to one specific domain. Each section has what you need to include under that section while tailoring your CV. The column elements are in decreasing order of the preference of the recruiter. You need to identify the column with the wrong order of the preference. So basically I'll explain it to you in much more simpler language. यहाँ पे हमने आपको एक domain दे दिया है and we have written various sections, right? These are sections that need to be included in the CV and उसके अंदर हमने include किया information that has to be written in a CV. All right. तो आप and these all things have to be written. But यहाँ पे हमने जो order लिखा है that is wrong. You have to identify the column with the wrong order or with the wrong hierarchy. All right, understood, guys? Give me a thumbs up if you have understood this. Guys, I'm waiting. Okay, that's great. That's great. So we'll start with the first one. You can write your answers in the chat box only, right? So take a minute and go through this first domain and find the column with the wrong hierarchy in it. You can answer in the chat box. Come on, guys. The third one, the projects or trainings. Guys, बाकी लोग भी लिख दो यार, please. Come on, be interactive. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, so the answer for this one is project or trainings. So I'll explain you the thinking or the logic behind this is. So first चीज इन्होंने यहाँ पे लिखी है that is the 2-day finance workshop. Then we have Microsoft Office courses. Then they have written about the stock trading advanced course, and lastly they have written about their cash management policies project. But the correct order or the correct hierarchy here could be either cash management policies project as first or the stock trading advanced course as first, then either of them as second, third would be your Microsoft Office course, and lastly would your 2-day finance workshop come. All right, so moving ahead, we have another domain for you, that is content writing. You can go through it and answer in the chat box. I've gotten some answers. Others, please you also write your answers. Okay, now I can see a lot of answers. So the correct answer for this is internships. You guys were very right. So firstly, you'll always write about your internship that you have done as a content creator, then as a content writer. Either could be above, doesn't matter. So next we have is graphic designing. Okay, I'm waiting for more answers. Come on. Okay. So what I can see is that most of you have written either fourth or the second one. But the here the correct answer would be education, because a bachelor's obviously holds more importance or more importance than a diploma. So we'll write that. We'll write firstly Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor in Design. Then we'll write about a diploma in design. But good effort, guys. I'm really liking the answers that you are giving. So next we have is human resource and operations. This one is very easy, guys. Come on. You'll get a one look at it and you can answer it. Come on, I'm waiting for more answers. This one is really easy, guys. Come on, participate more. Okay, so what I can see is most of you have written either fourth or you have written fifth one. So the correct answer for this one is achievements, because as you can see, the lastly we have written the certified in HR softwares, whereas it should be either the first one or the second option, and LOR as an HR intern is also an important achievement, which you should have, which we should or anyone should have mentioned in the first or the second, or as second option, right? Next we have is business development and sales. This is the last one, guys. We need full participation from you guys. Come on, everyone. Write your answers. This is the last one. I'll answer all your queries afterwards. We have finished with the presentation, or I'll answer in the chat box afterwards. Okay, so now I can see a lot of answers. Okay, so the answer for this one is skills, because we'll write negotiation and management skills firstly, then communication, and then the order can vary. But firstly, we won't write interpersonal skills as the first option. So moving on, Muskan, take over.
So the next most important question is, what is the right time to undertake internships? So most of the students will complete an internship during their junior or senior year to increase the chance of the internship leading to a job offer. However, it is more and more common for a student to hold internship throughout the entire duration of their college career to gain experience. If you are interested in interning during your first year, go ahead and get you in your application. Many internships, especially competitive paid programs with big name companies, require you to have a previous internships or extracurricular experience. So it is important to get started early if you can. So now let's play a game. Guess the intern year. Uh, so let's test your knowledge on which internship should be taken in which year of your graduation. So what you have to do is match the year on the left hand side with the corresponding type of internship on the right hand side. Each year can be matched with 2. So let's begin. So for the first year, what do you think, guys? Which are the correct options? So guys, take your minute and drop your answer in the chat box. Hurry up, guys. Please answer in the chat box. So the right answer is, for the first year, take some time to figure out your interest, and the second one is start off with the startup internships. So in the second year, what do you think, guys? Which is the correct option? Please drop your answers in the comment box. Hurry up, guys. प्लीज गाइस आंसर करो कमेंट बॉक्स के अंदर. I've seen only few answers. So for the second year, the correct option is, the first one is, once you have been experienced, look for brand names. And the second one is, with the brand name internship, you are all set for placement session. And for the third year, what do you think, guys? Which is the correct option? Please comment your answers in the chat box. Please, guys, answer. For the third year, the right answer is, you should be true about your role, as it's highly likely that you will be questioned about your roles. And the second one is, with 2 brand names internship, you are all set for the placement session.
So here we'll be talking about different types of internship portals. So we all know that you have been eager to learn about this. What are the different platforms you can use to get an internship? Which among them is the most wonderful or most useful? Which is easy, and many other queries like that. So guys, firstly I'd like to ask you guys, which platforms can you use for an internship? Come on, answer, yaar. Right, I can see your 2 to 3 answers. Nice, guys, answer more. We have a lot of different platforms. Okay. Well, it seems like you guys are very well acquainted with the different platforms. So herein we will in this session we'll discuss about 4 internship platforms that are not only easy to use but are also well equipped with different qualities. So before getting started, here are a few pointers that are true for every portal. So to avoid repetition, I'll give you a brief about them right here only. Firstly, every site allows you to have preferences. That is, either you can get a mixture of internships or you can directly put filters so as to receive internships only in your preferred sector. All of them are free to operate on. That is, you don't need to pay anything or pay them anything for your internship hunt. From MNCs to small businesses, from digital marketing to content writing, it offers students a wide range of industries. That is, they all provide a wide range of choices. Each site allows you to get an internship abroad. And lastly, the site helps in connecting talent within the young ones with the reputation that the company holds. So, as you guys guessed right, firstly we'll be starting with Internshala. Internshala is India's biggest internship platform, working on a mission to equip students with relevant skills and exposure by providing them internships. Students can choose from various companies for internships by filtering out between their categories, location, their form of work, and the duration. Also, one of the benefits that it has is that you also gain access to your training courses. This app keeps reminding you about the events and training sessions by mail. So, how to operate on this multitasking app is the $1,000,000 question. Firstly, you need to create an account by filling up a sign up form. Now, don't worry, guys, it's an easy task. They just ask some basic details from you. Next, you need to go to the CV/resume option and update it. And you already learned about how to make a CV. Furthermore, you can also select a company that you need to apply in. Now, once you click on the apply option, then you need to answer some basic questions. Say, for example, why should the company hire you, your availability, your experience, and other stuff like that. In addition to this, if your CV and application gets selected, then you receive a message or call from the recruiter to further discuss the process. So now let's dive into some practical knowledge. This is the home page of Internshala site. So let me explain it to you how it works. On the top right corner, you can see a bunch of sections like internships, online trainings, and others. Now by clicking on any of them, you will receive a drop-down box which will consist of different columns or different options. Down below on the left-hand side, you see filters. Now this time we haven't applied any filters, so you will get a mixture of internship from different domains. But in the next slide, we have applied some filters for you guys. And we have chosen our domain as sales, our city as Delhi, and we have applied a filter with minimum stipend of 4K. Now, you guys must be wondering what a stipend is. So I guess a lot of you must be knowing what a stipend is. Why don't you answer it in the chat box? Let's be interactive, guys. What is a stipend, guys? Come on, guys, answer. Okay, I'll tell you what a stipend is. So stipend is the pay that you get from the company. Remember that it depends on the role that you are applying for, and some internships are also paid while some are unpaid. So on the right side, you can see that we have got an internship based on our filters only. So now you can apply in any of them.
Okay, so next platform is Hello Intern. Hello Intern allow users to find the best internship opportunities from the companies of their choice. The platform has listed down its company partners according to startups, non-profits, and corporations. Also, you can use the platform's online training segment, which provides you with the access to specialization, again at a price, but it is helpful for those wanting to learn new skills. So, as you can see on the next slide, this is the Hello Interns homepage. You can see different options all over the page. Say placement program, remote internships on the top right. Down below, options like global internships, internship search events, etc. are present. On clicking any section, you get to a new page describing different kinds of stuff. Coming back to internship search, so as you can see in the next slide, a page like this will appear. Now, herein you can apply filters the same way that we have applied on the previous site, and you will get to your preferred internship. You can apply in as many as you of them as you want.
So moving on the next platform, Indeed. Now it is one of the best online sites to search for internships since it provides us with a wide range of options. Not only it provides easy access to internship, but also provide them with a company review. So yeah, so not only provide easy access to internship, but also provide them with a company review. So one can double check before applying to any company. So what are its benefits? There are many benefits of using this platform. It provides a rating of the companies, show a number of companies to apply in, show salary offers, show queries people have, give you a career guide, and also tell you about the countries that it follow for a job opportunities. Such that Indeed as a whole, it's a site where all your queries can be solved by a single click. So here we have attached a picture of the home page. You can see all the sections we talked about earlier, like finding jobs, reviews, salary on the top left corner, and the career advice, and many more things on the bottom left corner. Now, moving on the next slide, this is how it's look when you click on the company review. You get their ratings, salaries, and question being asked. Now, in the next slide, we click we clicked on the Find Job sections on so a homepage like this appears. Here you can see that we have added our preferences and so we got the internship according to that only. Moving on, we go to the Find Salary section and you can see the different salaries for different positions, be it any in the company. Now you can inquire about salaries here and then you can simply select a job. But well, this is not for you, this is for UG pass outs. So that's all about Indeed. There are many more sections that you can see, so do check out the site out.
Okay, so our next platform is LinkedIn. This is a professional networking website that was founded keeping it in mind as a business alternative to Facebook and also as one of the best internship websites in India. LinkedIn uses this method of connection to build up friends on your profile. The more the connection you have, the more of a good profile you have. But remember, quality comes over quantity. Once you are well connected on the website, you might even receive faster updates about internships and then you can start applying in as many as you want. Well, this is it for LinkedIn. It will further cover up in the next session, that is the LinkedIn walkthrough.
Muskan, you are on mute.
Sorry. So now let's play another interesting game, Two Truths and a Lie. So here you can get three options in which you can find out the lie statement. You you can take your minute and drop your answers in the comment section. So the first question is, Intenshala is a paid app. Intenshala is 100% genuine. Intenshala is student friendly. Please drop your answers in the comment section, guys. So, so the right answer is Hurry up, guys. Please answer. So the right answer is Internshala is a paid app. So moving on the next question, we have Hello Intern provide training session. It provides corporate internships only, internships in different sections. So what do you think, guys? Which is the correct option here? I mean, which is the lie? Please drop your answer in the comment section. So as many of you are right, the lie here is it provides corporate internships only. So moving on to the next question, we have LinkedIn require connections. LinkedIn provide training on courses. It connects directly to the organization. So what do you think, guys? Which is the lie here? Please quickly answer. Guys, drop your answer in the comment section. I have seen only few responses.
The interactive guys, come on.
Come on, guys, please answer. So the lie here is LinkedIn. LinkedIn provide training on the courses. So moving on the next question. The question is, Indeed allow to find salaries. It doesn't provide company reviews, give internships in both. So what do you think, guys? Which is lie here? Please, guys, be interactive. Please answer the questions. So as I have seen, many of you are correct. The lie here is it doesn't provide company reviews. So moving on the next slide. So thank you guys so much for joining with us. We hope you have a great learning session with us, and we hope you have enjoyed the session. And also, guys, please follow our social media handles to keep that updated. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, guys, for such an informative session. Now, moving ahead, we have our last topic of today's session, which is consulting. We'll explore the world of consulting and equip you with the valuable insight and skills to kickstart your consulting journey. Whether you're considering a career in consulting or just curious about the field, this workshop is designed with a solid foundation. To get some more insights about the same, I would like to invite Akash, Sayam, and Diksha for the same.
Good evening, everyone. I, along with my co-heads Sayam and Akash, would like to welcome you all in this session of Basics of Consulting. So, how many of you have a keen interest in consulting or have thought of consulting as a career option? Anyone? Okay. Yeah. Khushi. Okay. Okay, so we are thrilled to have you all here, and we promise you an engaging and insightful journey into the world of consulting. Consulting is more than just a career, it's a mindset, a problem solving approach, and an opportunity to make a meaningful impact. Whether you are an aspiring consultant, a curious learner, or simply someone interested in the world of business, this session has something for everyone. Throughout the session, we'll walk you through the basics of consulting, from understanding what consulting is all about to exploring the skills you need to thrive in this field. So let's dive right in and discover the world of consulting.
So let's talk about what is consulting. So consulting is a service or a professional service wherein an expert provide advice and guidance to businesses and individuals to solve their problems in areas like strategy, technology, management, etc. Now let's move forward and now let's discuss about some of the basic skills that are required in order to land a great consultancy job as a consultant. So starting with the first one, and that is quantitative and analytical skills. So you have to be comfortable with mathematics, or I would say with quants, as on a daily basis you will be dealing with numbers, and also you have to be good at analysis and interpretations of different charts, graph, etc. Now talking about the second one, and that is ability to work under pressure and cope with challenging situations. So as a management consultant, you can't predict what will be the next problem statement, as there are lots of startups dealing with different types of problems. So you have to be ready to face any sort of problems. Now talking about the third one, and that is problem solving skills. So I think it's quite obvious with its name only, so I don't think I need to explain it further. So let's jump on to the fourth one, and that is good interpersonal and communication skills. So when it comes to consulting industry, it's not like you just have to be good at hard skills. Soft skills matters a lot in consulting industry, so you have to be good at this as well. Now talking about the fifth and the last one, and that is good teamwork skills. So as a management consultant, you will be working in teams. So it's obvious that you should have that ability to work in a team, to coordinate with the team. So these were some of the basic skills to become consultant. I think Sanyam can continue now.
Alright, guys, so now we'll move on to a very important topic and we'll discuss some important points that will help you to understand that whether consulting a right career for you or not. So the first point to talk is that consulting is not a 9 to 5 job, because consultants frequently work beyond the standard business hours. They need to adapt to the client needs, often involving the irregular schedules, travel, and addressing the urgent issues. The nature of consulting demands flexibility and a commitment to meet the client's expectations, which can extend well beyond the traditional 9 to 5 workdays. Second point to mention is that, as Akash stated this as well, consulting is all about the soft skills. This statement underscores the importance of interpersonal communication, problem solving abilities in consulting, and the logical thinking, strategy thinking as well. Soft skills like active listening, empathy, negotiation are very crucial for fostering the client's relationships, addressing issues collaboratively, and ultimately delivering valuable solutions, making them central to the consulting profession. The third and the last point to mention is that you need to be patiently ambitious if you want to get the desired results that you want. As we know that consulting requires a lot of problem solving skills, presentation skills, and the mindful tactics to solve the cases, you need to be patiently ambitious about it to get the desired results, as in some cases, it can take a long time to obtain what you are trying to serve to your clients. Although the job profile of consulting seems to be a bit hectic and involves a lot of hard work, strategic thinking, analytical thinking, and even includes the longer working hours. But the other point, on the other hand, it is important to note that the growth in the consulting sector is recorded to be much higher as compared to the other standard jobs. So let's now move forward to the key service areas that consulting provides. So generally, there are 6 domains, starting with the first one, which is the strategy consulting. So we all must have strategized at some point of time in our life. Can you guys tell me any event or any daily life situation where you had to strategize? Maybe for a cricket match, or maybe to score well in your exams? Guys, please interactive and answer. You haven't strategized at any point in your life?
Go ahead, guys, make the session interactive.
It's a very basic question, guys. Try to answer.
case, please answer. Strategies तो हम हमेशा बनाते ही हैं.
Career strategy. All right. Anyone else? Okay, so let's move on. Similarly, companies also have strategy consultants when they want to prepare their strategy. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Suppose a company which is looking to save money in a shrinking market, so it decides to close one of its manufacturing plants. Now they want to know if this will be a worthwhile course of action for them or not. Which of their plants should be closed, how much money it will save them, how much it will cost them, and how they should restructure their supply chain to manage and to compensate this loss of production. And this is where a strategic consultant comes in. In short, they gives advice to companies on the higher level decisions in an unbiased manner. This term is used to describe consultants who operate at the highest level in the consultancy market. Moving forward to a second service area, which is the operations consulting. So do you guys know who do companies reach out in case they wish to boost the customer experience in the field of sales, marketing, or whether they improve the efficiency of logistics, that is supply chain, redesigning the manner in which the raw materials are sourced, and various other front office and back office initiatives? They reach out to the operation consultants. So whenever a company has to improve its efficiency and value chain, they reach out to operation consultants. Moving forward to the third key service area, which is a financial consulting. It's pretty much clear from its name itself that financial consulting covers all those consultants which advises their clients or companies on the basis of finance. Let's understand this with the help of a basic example. Suppose this month your father gave you 1500 rupees less than the usual amount you receive as your pocket money. So now you have to decide how to manage your expenses, where you can save, which all expenditures are necessary, which all can be avoided. This is where the role of the financial consultant comes into the play. Although I know it's a basic example to understand, but also let's talk the definition of the financial consultant in the technical terms. So financial consultant is someone who advises their clients or company about investments, savings, tax laws, and all the other important matters that are related to the financial management. Let's move on to our fourth service area, which is HR consulting. So let's say Dabur, which already has its well-established manufacturing units in North India, now looks to expand its manufacturing activities to South India. As you all know, with all this investment required, technology and human resource is also a very important part which is being required for the success of any organization. So Dabur would need to hire HR consultants to help the company with the various organizational changes that will take place due to this expansion, change of the management in the company, also make the new employees understand the terms of employment and all the terms and conditions which are prevailing in the company, and also the learning and development, talent management purposes, the company needs to hire HR consultants. Now moving on to the last second type of key service area that consulting offers comes the IT consulting. So do we have someone here who has a deep interest in the field of IT? All right. Anyone else? Guys, please interactive. Okay, so if you choose to go in consulting field as an IT consultant, your role as an IT consultant would be to work in the partnership with clients, advise them how to use the information technology in order to meet their business objectives or overcome the business problems. You will work to improve the structure and efficiency of IT systems in various organizations. You will provide strategic guidance to clients with regard to technology and IT infrastructures, and will enable major business processes through enhancement to IT. So now let's move on to the last key service area that consulting offers, and it is also considered to be the most important key service area, which is the management consulting. So basically, all those types of consultants which we have discussed till now can collectively be called as management consultants. And this is the area where most of the consultants wants them to be placed in. Therefore, more than half of all the advisors can be defined as management consultants. Services that are generally considered under the umbrella of management consulting are operations consulting, finance consulting, management consulting, supply chain management, outsourcing advisory, and HR consulting.
Okay, so moving on, we have a game planned for you to test what all you have learned in this session so far. So here's the game, that's two truth and a lie. So in this, we have three statements, and out of which two are truth and one is lie. So you have to tell which one is the lie. So let's begin with the first question, and it is, which among the following is a lie about operations consulting? First, taking high-level decisions in an unbiased manner. Second, improve the efficiency of logistics and other front office and back office initiatives. And the third one, helps in improving the value chain. So which statement according to you is a lie? Okay. Anyone else? Guys, please answer in the chat box. Okay. Anyone else? Guys, please try the question at least. Okay, Aditya. Let's see what's the answer is. So the right answer is the first option. That's taking high-level decisions in an unbiased manner. So moving on to the second question, we have, which among the following is a lie about skills required for being a consultant? First, good understanding. Second, problem-solving skills. Second, commercial unawareness. Okay. Anyone else? Guys, please interact in the chat box. Okay, so most of you are right. The answer is the third statement, which is commercial unawareness. Moving on to the third question, we have, which among the following is a lie about consulting? First, consulting is not a 9-to-5 job. Second, it does not require teamwork skills. Third, you have to be ambitious. So, okay, yeah. So the answer is, it does not require teamwork skills. Okay. So moving on, we have case frameworks.
So now we will discuss about case frameworks. So we will be discussing about 4 case frameworks. So starting with the first one, and that is profitability framework. A profitability case framework is a structured approach used in consulting to analyze a company's revenue, cost, efficiency, and competition, leading to recommendations for enhancing profitability. Now talking about the second one, and that is market study. It comes under market entry, revenue growth, and market share. Now talking about the first subpart, and that is market entry. The market entry case framework is commonly used to make decision on whether a company should enter a new market or not. For example, if Nike should enter the sports broadcasting industry or not. Now talking about the second, revenue growth. In this case, a company is trying to grow their revenues. Your job would be to brainstorm how they could obtain this goal. Now talking about the third subpart, and that is market share. A final type of market study question would be address a company declining in market share. In this scenario, you need to focus on overall company growth and how it has been affected by competitors and customer loss. Now talking about the third one, and that is merger and acquisition. A merger and acquisition framework is a systematic approach for evaluating, planning, and executing corporate merger or acquisitions. Now talking about the fourth and the final one, and that is pricing strategy. A pricing framework is a structured strategy used to determine product or service prices. It considers factors like cost, competition, market demand, and value to set effective price strategies. So this was all about case frameworks.
Guys, now let's move forward to another important concept that comes under consulting, which is guesstimates, and what are the approaches that are being needed to solve the guesstimates. So guesstimate questions in interviews ask the candidates to estimate a number which is based on a very limited information which is being provided to an interviewee. Hence the name is guess. Successfully answering these questions relies on a combination of mental math, logical thinking, problem solving skills, and the background knowledge of the industry as well. And we will discuss all about it further in the session. So just to give you a basic idea of what guesstimate questions are, one of the possible example could be how many ACs are being sold in India in a year. Another example can be how many white cars are being sold in India in a year. Now, to be honest, there is no limit for the guesstimate questions. It can range from any topic and it can go to any limit as well. So the most important thing that you need to prepare to solve the guesstimate questions is your problem solving skills and your structural logical thinking process. Now we will discuss two main approaches that are being needed to solve the guesstimates, starting with the first one, which is the top-down approach. The top-down approach is useful when you have to start with the population of a city, state, or the country. Once you pick up a number that is close enough to the actual number, the next step is to break down the population or your major statistic, whatever it is, into age, gender, income groups, or any other parameter, etc. Questions that involve starting with an entire population, in other words, the top level, and then breaking it down until you arrive at an answer comes under the category of the top-down approach questions. Now let's take an example to understand what can be the question for the top-down approach and how you can...
Salim, sorry to interrupt. Can I get jobs?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? Who asked the question?
Yes, please write your query in the chat box. We'll answer you after the session.
All right, so we will discuss now the example of the top-down approach. Consider the question that asks you to estimate the number of school teachers in Delhi. A simple way to approach it would be to start with the population of Delhi, then estimate what percentage of population is of student age, and then estimate the number of students per class. Now,
Excuse me. Diksha, please turn off your camera. You really have a terrible face.
We request you to please don't interrupt the session. If you are not interested, you are free to leave. But please don't create nuisance over here. Others are really here to learn.
Guys, please don't interrupt in between the session. So let's start our example again. So consider the question that in which you need to guess the number of school teachers in Delhi. A simple way to approach it would be to start with the population of Delhi, then estimate what percentage of the population is of student age, and then estimate the number of students per class. Using this, you would arrive at an estimate of the number of school teachers, because at any given time, there is generally exact one teacher per class. So to summarize, the top-down approach is you have to start with the universe and then drill down slowly to get that elusive guesstimate. Now, the second approach to solve the guesstimates is the bottom-up approach, and this is exactly the opposite of the top-down approach. And as the name implies, you have to begin with the tactical, granular, or the minor specific details that you have to solve the question. This method is useful when you have to start the solution by assuming something that one individual in your target group would be doing. So to summarize the bottom-up approach, you start with building blocks and then you have to slowly build up your guesstimate to arrive at an answer.
So now let's discuss about what is MISI. So MISI stands for mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive. Now mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive are two different terms with a deep meaning. We will discuss both one by one. Mutually exclusive means that the contents of the segment do not overlap each other. We need to ensure that whatever bifurcation we are creating are independent of each other. Talking about collectively exhaustive means that the sum of the segments contents are equal entire data elements. So this was about MISI method. I think Sayam, you can continue.
Okay, so moving on, we have the next part of the session is like, so far we have covered the basics of consulting, but many of you can have a question like, what's the roadmap for being a consultant? So it is divided into 4 steps, starting with step 1, that is to completing a bachelor's degree program. Most employers require consultants to have a minimum of bachelor's degree with a major in accounting, business, finance, marketing, management, or a similar area. Coursework should include statistics, communications, ethics, project management, accounting, and leadership. Additionally, you can pursue courses in public speaking and presentation, which will help you prepare. Because a consultant presents their result and suggestions to a group of person, you should work on these skills. The second step is to gain work experience. At the college level, you can start by doing internships, joining college consulting clubs, and to participate in case competitions. All of this will be covered by us in the further session. The third step is to get certified. Although certification is not required, it can show employers that a consultant meets the certifying agency's standard in education, training, and experience. And the fourth and the last step is to complete a master's degree. Although employers do not always require a master's degree, many prefer a consultant who holds a master's degree in business administration, MBA, or a similar field like accounting, finance, or management. So moving on, we have what is to join a consulting firm after graduation or after MBA. So when you join a consulting firm after graduation, you join it as a business analyst. A business analyst primarily performs analytical tasks and presents recommendation to seniors in the firm. Whereas when you join the consulting firm after MBA or post-graduation, you join it as a consultant or associate. Associate is involved in gathering data and responsible for client management and problem solving. A consultant also directly communicates his or her work to the senior executives. So with time and experience, one may get promoted to higher job positions.
Guys, let's now discuss the last and a very important topic. So in this, I'll give you 4 pro tips that every one of you should follow if you want to be a step ahead in the field of consulting in your college. So the first tip is joining a consulting club. Consulting clubs are the student-run initiative that aims to provide students a platform for exploring the world of consulting. It collaborates with the corporate to bring to the campus exciting opportunities of life projects, thus enabling the students to gain the first-hand experience at the different forms of consulting. It organizes events, talks, and workshops in order to assist the members and the student fraternity in evaluating career options in consulting and preparing for them. Joining a consulting club will help you to gain on-hand experience in the field and will also help you to get an insight on how things work in the practical world. The second tip is to participate in the case competitions. So those of you who have studied the business studies in their class 12th, case competitions are just the upgraded version of your business studies exam questions having case studies. But these are much more interesting ones and related to the real world. A case competition is an event where contestants compete to create the best solution to a business case study within the rules and guidelines that have been set by an organizer. Cases may be designed for individuals or teams, and contestants have to submit their work for judging by a panel. You can find various case study competitions on platforms like D2C or Unstop or etc. Or you can even look out for them on the official media handles of various college consulting groups, etc. Now, the third tip is to read the MBB reports. First of all, I would like to tell you the meaning of MBB. So, MBB refers to the top three consulting firms. M here stands for McKinsey and Company. B stands for Bain and Company. And the last B, it stands for Boston Consulting Group, that is BCG. These companies prepare reports, issues the newsletters in which they publish about the various industrial issues, and reading to them can really help you to get the industrial insights. So now the fourth and the last point is to have the case buddy groups. P2P practice basically stands for peer-to-peer practice. Only reading and understanding the case frameworks is not going to help you until the time you bring them to the real practice. To prepare oneself for interviews and also to brush up the concepts that they have studied and his or her communication skills, try solving such questions with your friends and fellow mates. Within this buddy groups, one can act as an interviewer and other can act as an interviewee, and this is going to give you a practical exposure and an idea of what exactly a case interview is all about.
Okay, so thank you so much, guys, who have stayed with us till here. We hope you have gained valuable insights into the world of consulting and discovered the power of innovative problem solving. Consulting is a dynamic field that offers endless opportunities for growth, learning, and making a difference. We want to emphasize that this is just the beginning of your exploration into the world of consulting. So, before we conclude this session, feel free to ask any of the questions that you may have. We'll be happy to answer. Please drop it in the chat box and we'll answer you there. Okay, so as we conclude this session, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep seeking opportunities to apply your newly found knowledge. Thank you so much.
Number wants to ask something. You can drop your in the chat box, guys.
Okay, Sambhav and Vishal, you can ask the question that you have. You can unmute yourself.
I guess there are no further questions. Thank you guys for such an informative session. With this, we have came to the end of our first day of our skill building session. I hope you have enjoyed and found today's session both informative and engaging. Let's quickly recap what we have accomplished today. We began our event with CV building, followed by corporate internships and then consulting. It's been a jam-packed day and your enthusiasm was truly commendable. We want to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our fellow society members who have worked tirelessly to make this event a success. Their dedication, planning, and execution have been the driving factors. A heartfelt thanks to each one of you for contributing to the success of our event. We, as society members, are proud to have you as a part of our college community. Your energy have made this event special. That's a wrap for day 1 of Adhyayan 3.0. Enjoy your evening, and we look forward to seeing you bright and early tomorrow for another day of excitement. Until then, take care and make the most of this experience. If you have any queries, guys, you can type in the chat box or else you can start leaving.